overall, A+, sure. So my name is Alan Schmidt. Company's Lee Enterprises. We are a nationwide newspaper media group, 26 states spread across 77 newspaper media outlets, properties, St. Louis, Buffalo, Richmond, Virginia, spread all over. So a variety of small newspapers, dailies, weeklies, matching websites for the locality. The Freelance Star newspaper in Fredericksburg, Virginia was bought by Berkshire Hathaway Media Group, and then Lee Enterprises acquired BH Media Group. So that was how I got pulled in. They acquired many media companies over the years. My involvement with Lee was when they bought Berkshire Hathaway Media Group and incorporated them into the enterprise in first quarter, second quarter of 2020. And so I was with our local newspaper in Fredericksburg, Virginia for 24 years total now. And I was involved in website development, user support, got pulled into IT. And then about 2.5 years ago, almost 3 now, my boss was brought in to set up an enterprise-wide single point of contact support desk. So she built the team and pulled individual technicians from various IT shops around the country. Those all came together. We are all remote. This conference was the first time I've met 2 of the people that came with us on our team. They are the Endpoint Central administrators. So I am the service desk administrator and got the keys to that about 1.5 years ago when the gentleman who was the administrator was pulled out into a compliance section, IT security and compliance. So I spent a week with him and he gave me the tour of the admin panel in Service Desk. And then we use AD Manager Plus, Analytics Plus, and the self-service tool. We had been working with it since we were acquired by BH Media Group. Service Desk was implemented there. So we came into it as just a normal technician. And we handled tickets for our local IT shop for the Freelance Star, the single newspaper. And then as staffing shifted, we started handling support requests for newspapers that were states away. Atlantic City, New Jersey, Florence, South Carolina, and then this new Enterprise Technology Support Center came into being and the technicians got pulled in. Then, like I said, 1.5 years ago, I got the keys to Service Desk and became the administrator. We started building more things out as I learned more about what was in place and getting more familiar with the product and seeing the potential and seeing where solutions could be presented to other groups. We have 2 instances in our service desk. So we have the IT help desk, of course, and then we created a business support tickets group. So it's more for the financial and advertising people, not for user management or problems with the database server, things like that. It's more for like advertising for newspapers. They need to put an ad in or they need to adjust a rate for something and things like that. So it's completely separated from the IT side. And parts of that were in place, templates were in place, support groups were in place. So when I came in, I moved a couple of those templates along and got them into production and from what was set up previously. So the foundation was there on the business ticket side to work with these groups. And then not long after I took over, they said, we're ready to roll, and released that information and the URL out to all of their teams spread across the country and tweaked the templates, got things working, got the technicians set up, and we went from a couple of technicians on that side to like 30 on a team. And they spread their loads out for the tickets, and the tickets started flowing in. And once other groups found out about the capabilities of what we were able to accomplish, then we started getting specs and requirements and user requirements from those teams, and worked with the stakeholders and the key players on those teams, the managers. And we found a few people who were great at giving the specs and looking at the ticket and template possibilities and saying, okay, we need a drop down here and we need a multi-select drop down here. I want checkboxes for these fields. And we built those out, and they were so happy with the first template we built. There's 15 more that came along, all serving different functionalities, handled by different technician groups, different support groups. We build the documentation for everything. We are a publicly traded company, so audit is a big deal. So we build a template, we make a change, we do anything in it, it gets documented and released for the auditors. And now they can go say, what's the standardized processes for this? When was it created? Who's involved? Who handles the ticket? And how are approvals handled and all of that sort of thing. And then we can refer back to the documentation that matches that template for the ticket tracking and everything. So they've been very happy with our usage of Service Desk and what we've been able to provide, and then the documentation that matches and goes along with all of those parts. So that's worked out really well, and we have a great buy-in. We get very few email tickets, so people are using our templates that we build, and it's worked out really well. And I'm having a blast with it because it's my kind of form building and scripting where it's not heavy code development, but it's easy to do copy paste and expand from there. So take basic chunks that are available that are semi-generic and then implement them and then build them in and then work with what our fields are and forms and things like that. So it's worked out really well. And it's, like I said, we've got great buy-in from every level of the enterprise. And current tickets, we go back to 2016, 17, so definitely before then. But we use Endpoint Central. And we have that integrated now with Service Desk Plus. We're actively investigating all of the amazing opportunities and possibilities to work there. So I think the biggest takeaway for me is seeing the benefits and ease of use and automation aspects of integrating AD Manager Plus into Service Desk for my technicians and our local support technicians and data center and networking and being able to do those things. But we have a team within our support center group that is only user provisioning, and our technicians move in and out of that group. So we keep everybody's knowledge base moving and growing. So everybody grows and learns, and you run a few months out of that shop. But it's, of course, with, access and removing access, it's, audit has eyes on that. So the reporting aspect, being able to look up the tickets, and they say, what about this person? Show me all of their access, when it was added, when it was removed. And that has worked out really well. So along with the user provisioning team, creating the user, adding them in and taking them out is the integration and template actions that we can build into our new user template and our termination template to incorporate the direct actions and automation. So when we get the information about a new user that's coming in, it's a button click to create their account in Active Directory. And everything is audited, and there's a full trail on everything and every action. Obviously, with that many individual sites and groups around the country, they were pulled in through acquisition and mergers and buyouts and that sort of thing. So everybody has a little bit different situation and file servers that have different roles and different ways of direct permissions adding to a folder versus security groups and AD. So now we can start incorporating some of those things and automate those processes and create more of a standardized flow to make life easier for our team, as well as keep track of every dotted I and every crossed T to make sure that we're audit compliant on everything. So I'll have to say Service Desk because that's my baby. So we work great as a team, and the different groups have their responsibilities on administrator control. My boss is mainly for AD Manager Plus, and we have service desks, and we start bringing those things together, and just the demos and the presentations showing the capabilities, invaluable and great informational. So I can't wait to get, it's an odd statement, I can't wait to get back to work and and build more cool features. Support overall from Service Desk has been just amazing and fantastic, and can't say enough good things about them. Everything has been fantastic. Totally impressed overall. I really enjoyed it. Far and above my expectations. I wasn't really sure. Wasn't sure what to expect. The offer of the certification was fantastic. I took advantage of that, and I think I got almost everything right on it, and no studying. It was all just, hey, I know this, and it worked out really well. And being able to meet people and finally connect names and faces that we've worked with and support. Conference, the food, spectacular. Everything's set up great. The 360 photo booth, I got a cool video. I didn't win the gift card, but I should have. Yeah, I did some juggling on the 360 board, and that came out great. That was a lot of fun. That was a great feature edition, but everybody has been so friendly and so nice and helpful, and we've made a lot of contacts. We made contacts with users of the products and discussed their strategies, and we gave feedback, and we got feedback on different ideas and things, and just the variety of questions that were presented from the audiences, from the various stages of we're thinking about your products to we've been using them for 15 years and I would like to know how to do this, and answers left and right, and people left happy and were satisfied with what they got back. And if somebody didn't have an answer, they got a contact, and they made that connection so that they would have somebody to follow up with to get that information. So everything has been fantastic. Totally impressed overall. I really enjoyed it. So I wish it was longer. I wish there was, the started earlier, it went longer in the day so I'd have more time to spend with more people, but the individual tracks sessions, fantastic. The keynotes, the morning presentations were great, very interesting.